on Radio Andy, a Radio Andy Town Hall.
In my estimation, there's no way that Madonna did not try to fuck you.
I'm sweating.
Good. I've got Ricky sweating now. This is how it should be.
A Radio Andy Town Hall now. This is a Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin. Before heading to Vegas in April for a residency at the Park Theater at Monte Carlo, Ricky joins Andy to talk about some of his biggest hits, from The Cup of Life to Livin' La Vida Loca to starring on Broadway, TV, and more. Now, from Sirius XM headquarters in New York City, Ricky Martin and Andy Cohen.
Oh, this is good. This is when having your own channel on Sirius becomes really, really fun, because you get to do a Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin.
What's
everybody.
Up, man? Thank you. Thanks so much, Andy.
It's your pal, Andy. I am here with Ricky Martin. He begins his Vegas residency at the Park Theater at the Monte Carlo. Is it April 5th?
April 5th.
Okay, April 5th.
Until September.
April until September.
Yeah, April until September. 4 shows a week. But I'm gonna be 2 weeks, and then I stop for a week, and then 3 weeks. You know the dates, right? So it's like that, right?
Ricky's got a lot of real fans here. Yeah. I just want to set the scene. We're in New York City. Ricky has got on a great black T-shirt, the kind of black T-shirt you would want Ricky Martin to be in.
And you wear a suit with a tie, and I feel completely underdressed right now. It's not cool.
And then these pants are awesome. Who makes those pants? Who knows? They're kind of gray, like dress, sweaty pants.
All right.
He's like,
I'm on.
Okay, I love it. What just happened? He lifted the shirt. Everything happened. I want to say, Ricky, thank you for trusting me to interview you.
This is radio.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you for trusting me.
He took his clothes off.
I know, it's good. Thank you for trusting me to interview you, because you were on Watch What Happens Live a couple of years ago, and I was so freaked out to be with you because you're so cute and all this, and I was like schwitzing, and it was too much, and so thank you for.
Now I want to see that show again, because I want to know what happened.
It was
so
great,
bad. Man.
You know, Ricky Martin has sold more than 70 million albums. He's had 8 Grammy nominations, 2 wins. He was born on
5 wins.
5 wins.
I have 5
Holy
Grammys
crap,
at home.
I'm
I can
sorry.
send pictures to prove it.
Wow, I apologize. Yes, you have. I'm sorry. You were born on Christmas Eve in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, December 24th.
You are the father of twins,
Mateo and Valentino.
Wow, who are how old now?
They're 8 years old, man.
Wow. That's
from buying diapers to school uniforms until now. I don't know what happened.
And where do you live full time? Like, where did they go to school? I should say.
No, we homeschool. I homeschool, so I have a tutor that travels with us.
So are they always with you then?
They're always with me, man. Always.
Oh my God,
always. I mean, sometimes they go to see grandma, but
right.
I shouldn't say that. It's quite often, but
right.
But I need to be with them.
Yeah,
I need to be with them. Now we're in LA. Now we just bought a home in LA, so we landed. But we've been on the road for the last 2 years, and before that, I was living in Australia, working, and before that Europe, and yeah, it's been hectic. I can't complain.
And so now you've got this residency in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Did you buy a place there, or will you rent a place? None of my business. No.
I think I'm going to be commuting.
Yeah. You're going to commute. Okay, you're going to do the Britney thing and go back and forth.
Is that what she does, right?
Yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah, it's going to be good for the kids, I think. Yeah.
Tell me about the show, because I'm really psyched about this. You have so many hits. You've collaborated with so many people. We're going to talk about the music in a little bit, but cool. What will the show be?
An hour and 30 minutes of full-on adrenaline, I would say. I am working with Jamie King. If you don't know Jamie King, he's one of the most amazing producers. I've worked with him in the past. Yes. Actually, he put together the Living La Vida Loca tour, and then after that, Madonna pretty much
he put together some great tours for Madonna. Really great stuff for Madonna.
So I said, hey, come back home. And now he's working with me. Yeah. And I have 20 dancers. I have an amazing band. And yes, we're going to go back, into memory lane. And but more than anything, it's an international show for an international crowd. I mean, people from all over the world go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's going to be intense.
Have you seen any Vegas shows recently or in the last few years that you have enjoyed or have been inspiration? You're covering your head, which means no.
No, I haven't. And I need to do my homework. But it's when am I going to go to Vegas to see a couple of shows? My show is already designed. It's not that I'm going to be inspired because I'm already designed. We're already rehearsing.
Wow.
And but I would love to see Britney. I would love to see Celine. I would love to see J-Lo. I would love to see everybody's out there. It's going to be fun. I think once I'm there, I'm going to be able to chill, relax, and be able to enjoy some other performances.
It's going to be great. Yeah. What are, by the way, do you remember what your first concert was?
My first.
That you saw?
Oh, the first concert that I ever saw?
Yeah.
The first big concert was Jackson 5 and that history tour. 1985, Washington D.C. I thought I was going to faint.
Wow!
Because of the magnitude. Remember, I'm an island boy. I was born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
My world was very small. Was my school, my home, and that's about it. And all of a sudden, I become part of this international, very successful band called Menudo. And one of the first tours that I did was in the U.S. And after New York, we went to D.C. And then I saw in the big stadium Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Michael Jackson with his brothers. And
did you know Michael Jackson?
Yes,
at all?
Of course. Yes, I know because he was right after, Thriller, and it was that era.
No. I mean, did you know him?
Personally?
Yeah.
No, I met him later on in life.
You did meet him later on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And what was he like? You were both on Sony.
We were on Sony.
Or he had left Sony.
Yes, no, he was with Sony.
Okay.
He was with Sony. And I was performing in for a charity event, a very important charity event in Los Angeles. And I say this 'cause you can find it on YouTube. And all of a sudden, Michael Jackson walks on stage. Of course, I stopped singing. I stopped dancing. What am I going to do now?
Right.
It was a very beautiful moment. He was an incredible man.
Yeah. You mentioned Menudo. You joined Menudo when you were how old? 12?
12.
Okay. Yeah. And the deal with Menudo was that the age capper was what, 16? Or was it a height cap or an age cap?
Or when your voice changed.
Right.
So, but I was there until I was 17. So I was 17 talking like this.
Really?
Not true.
You were there for 5 years?
I was there for 5 years, yeah.
Wow.
It was beautiful. I mean, being part of a band like that, that was the first opportunity that I had to perform. And like I said, from my house in Puerto Rico, I hopped in a plane, I went and I toured the U.S. And then we went to the Philippines and Japan. And then we came to Brazil and we did a 7 weeks tour just in Brazil. The smallest concert was 90,000 people, the smallest show in Brazil. And it was very beautiful. I mean, what can I say? It was discipline. It was military.
Was there a fear about, because it always seemed kind of weird to me that when you grow up to be a certain age, you're kicked out of the group. Was there a underlying pressure or feeling of weirdness that you knew that some of your bandmates were going to graduate when they hit a certain age, or if their voice changed that they could leave the group? Was that on your mind?
No, not really. I was really enjoying what I was doing. And then on year 4, I was ready to go.
Oh, you were ready?
Yeah. Personally, it was ready to move on.
Yes.
And so I stayed one more year and it was great. But, after 4 years, from 12 until you were 17, 16, you've seen so much and you've learned so much. I thought it was time already for me to just go and do my thing. And I came to New York and I lived here for 8 months and it felt amazing just to be able to walk down the street and not be recognized. And it was something that I needed. And then I went to Mexico. And I went to Mexico on vacation. And 2 weeks later, I called my friends in New York and I said, by the way, I'm not coming back, because I immediately started doing theater in Mexico.
Right.
And then that changed my life.
Yeah.
How are you?
Let me ask, we have a studio audience of some of your real
just
fans.
Saw your face, I recognize them.
Yeah. He knows you. I have to ask you, and just don't answer when you don't want to answer, but I'm curious about it. Did you know at that time when you were in Menudo, was there any part in your mind that knew that you were questioning your sexuality?
Totally.
At that time? You did.
Totally. But then again, I was in a boy band. And I had to be straight because it was about the girls. And the more you move, the more they scream. And the more they scream, the more they love you. And then there was a very healthy competition between the other members of the band.
Of course.
Of, who makes them scream more. And, but it's one of those things that, it would come to me. And then I would say, no, don't think about it, move on and keep doing it. But yes, I struggle.
In the back of your mind, that was there late at night. And,
of course.
And was that something that you thought, this is something that I'm going to have to reconcile later in my life? Or did you think, where did you put it?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. This is me. I don't want to talk about it now. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think. I was Catholic. I was an altar boy.
Yep.
So religion, culture was something that was telling me that everything that I was feeling was wrong.
Right.
It was evil.
Right.
And so it took me a while. It took me a while to even accept the fact that I was gay, and then to be able to share it with the world. It took me another decade. And but I think I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky because now I look at myself in the mirror and I say, you're awesome. And I know that there's a lot of men and women out there struggling at the moment. And I'm not talking about adolescents. I'm talking about people our age that haven't been able to accept themselves. And I just wish him the best.
Yeah. Well, you're a great role model. And when you were dating publicly, you were in high profile relationships with some women. During that time, where was it in your head?
Well, denial is a very powerful thing. Because I don't want people to think that I was dating women just to try to hide something.
Right.
I felt that I was in love with the girls that I went out with. I was in a long relationship with a woman in Mexico, and I swear I felt that I was in love.
Yeah.
And then you say, and I used to think about it, how powerful, how intense denial can be. So I refused to think that I was lying to her, and I wasn't. Then later on in life, I shared with her. I told her, by the way, I'm gay. And then she said, I cannot be mad at you because you never lied to me.
Right, right.
So in that case, my karma is not bad.
You're clean.
I'm clean. I'm clean.
Yeah. Was it, and this will be the last question on this, and then I'm going to move on. But so when you broke at the Grammys, and I was there that night, and that was such an incredible moment for us all. I mean, to see. I mean, it really was. Here you are. You're singing "Cup of Life," right? And can you throw "Cup of Life" on, because it's such a great.
Which one? The remix, the original version.
I love the But so you did that, and it was like it was just this incredible moment, and you became, to anyone who didn't know you at that time, this. I mean, it was like it was like an overnight.
It was very beautiful. It's funny. The thing is, with The Cup of Life is that I had been performing The Cup of Life for a little bit more than a year, and because that was the official World Cup song.
World Cup song, yeah.
And so in Europe and in Asia and in Latin America, it was a hit for a long time. So what I'm trying to say by this is that when I walked, everybody asked me, "Were you nervous?" And I wasn't nervous because I knew the song left and right, and it was just get me on stage. It hit me how big it was that night. Next day, see, the sad thing is that that night I got a Grammy, and I didn't go to the parties. I went straight to the airport because next day I had to be in Italy. So I traveled and I landed in Italy. I go to my hotel. I want to sleep, and I start receiving phone calls from all these
huge people,
icons, right? People that I always respected in the music business, just congratulating me. And I'm like, Sting is calling. Who?
Didn't Madonna come backstage that night at the Grammys?
Hey, man, congratulations. And then Madonna right after yeah, of course. And then I had the honor to work with her. We did a duet together for that album that I released. So it was a very beautiful moment. It was definitely a before and an after, especially for America.
It was a star-making moment. I mean, it was so incredible. It was so exciting. Yeah. And you were so confident, and your smile was just so big. I mean, just the whole thing. It was amazing. You know,
I remember being really zen those days because I had just come from India. And I used to go to India, and I would go into this. I would lock myself in an ashram for weeks and just meditate, and do yoga. And so I was like in the Zen mode that I guess it paid off.
Yeah, it sure did pay off.
It was good.
But then when that happened, when you exploded, then was there a moment in your mind where you thought, oh man, now I'm going to have to come out? Like,
that was something that I was dealing with every day of my life.
Wow.
And I try to avoid as much as I can because I had people around me that tell me, don't come out, you're crazy, God, it's going to be the end of your career, don't do it. But I want it, but I also had my culture and I also had my religion and the whole thing telling me not to, so it was heavy. And I talk about this in my book. Tell
me the name of your book.
Me. It's called Me.
Right.
It's called Me, and New York bestseller.
Yes, New York Times bestseller.
Bestseller author, right here.
Excellent.
And by the way, very cathartic for me, very purifying for me. To be able to write that book was amazing because I went into rooms in my head that I had locked for many, many years. So it was very good, and it allowed me to really get to know myself better. So that's what my book is about. Yeah,
it did. And so
cool.
and that was a struggle. But you did it. You.
I remember Barbara Walters asking me after the Oscar. You know that everybody knows that interview.
Yes.
And she asked me and I just couldn't say yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I said it would have been so much easier to say yes.
Right.
I wish I could come out again, man.
Right.
It's so fucking amazing.
She's
like, can I come out again?
Do it.
Can we just hide and come out again? Because it feels so good.
Yeah.
It feels so good just to be. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Well, and
Go ahead.
No. Well, I'm gonna say. Well, I mean,
what the
but
heck?
the great thing is, no. But you. Well, what I was gonna say is, you exude life and sexuality, and clearly to all these women who are here, they're perfectly thrilled that you're gay. They still, they love you. They're down. They're down. So I think that is absolutely wonderful. I want to go. So you do the Grammys, then Madonna appeared on your first English language album. On the duet "Be Careful." Do you guys have that? Can you throw that on? Because I'm a huge Madonna fan. I remember your connection. It's a beautiful song. Talk to me about working with Madonna, and especially at that moment, in your life, which was around 1999 or 2000.
I'm in a fucking studio with Madonna. What the fuck am I doing here? It was beautiful because once again, who is she?
Right.
This track is produced by William Orbit,
who's amazing.
Yes.
Who did her Ray of Light album.
And I'm going to be really honest. I've worked with amazing producers in my life. I've worked with Desmond Child, who's for me is an icon, and I can name a list of great, outstanding producers. But the best producer, the best vocal producer that I've ever worked with is Madonna herself.
Really?
Yes. No one has directed me the way she has.
Huh?
Yeah. Beautiful.
And what kind of advice did she give you?
No. She was just right there in the moment, telling me, "Ricky, try this, try that. No, that doesn't work. Let's try something else." And she was very nurturing with me.
Yeah.
Very nurturing. With the rest, I don't know, but with me, she was very nurturing.
There's no way, in my estimation, there's no way that Madonna did not try to fuck you. I mean, it's not possible. Ricky is smiling.
No, we didn't fuck.
You did not fuck.
No, we didn't fuck.
Yes, but she okay, now listen. Okay, folks. I asked him, there's no way that she did not try. Now, his answer was, we did not fuck. That means she tried to fuck him. Okay, that's me. This is me putting together the pieces.
Now I'm sweating.
Okay, now I want to talk some more about.
I'm a gentleman. I'm gay, but I'm a gentleman.
Oh, yes, no, you are. Okay, very good. I like this. Good. I've got Ricky sweating now. This is how it should be. I shouldn't be the one schwitzing. Back in New York City in a minute with more Ricky Martin on the Radio Andy Town Hall.
This is a Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin and Andy Cohen.
We are back with the Radio Andy Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin. I want to talk to you about, put on your duet with Christina Aguilera, Nobody Wants to Be Lonely. I love this song.
Should I sing this in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should sing this in Vegas.
I should bring her with me on stage.
You should bring her with you on stage. Absolutely.
Christina. Hey.
Yeah. So,
let's do this.
Talk to me about working with Christina.
Christina as well. It's one of those things that, of course, I loved what she was doing at the moment. I love what she did and what she, her voice is just amazing. But I was going crazy with my tour. She was also going crazy with her tour.
Yeah.
And sometimes you collaborate, but that doesn't mean you're in the studio together. This was not the case. I was in the studio with Christina.
Yeah.
But it was so fast. And then we got together also to shoot the video. But it was really fun. The producer was Walter A., also another legend. And I just sat there and I just let her do whatever she wanted to do, because it's brilliant what she does behind the microphone, and how she improvises, and how in touch she is with her talent. She's brilliant, amazing.
You did a Pepsi commercial with Janet?
Yeah.
How did I forget?
Wow, man.
Yes.
Great homework.
Talk to me about Janet.
Janet as well. It was. Oh my God!
Is this the Pepsi commercial? Oh, I love it.
Right.
Awesome.
So we shot it in Australia. This is 1998.
Yeah.
And I was endorsed by the soda, and they said, do you think you want to do a commercial with Janet? Let me think about this for a second.
Right.
And that another beautiful day in Sydney, and we shot. I think it was for 3 days, and very special.
Yeah.
She's a mommy, right?
Yes, she is.
Congrats.
A mommy. Yeah, she is a mommy.
Congrats.
Now you and J-Lo not only have collaborated, it seems like you've always been in each other's orbits. Is that right?
I have mad respect for Jennifer. I think she's incredible. The way she works, like no one works like Jennifer. Are we clear? I mean, it's like she's and not only that, she looks gorgeous in every freaking. Have you ever seen a bad picture of Jennifer?
No, and she is the most.
Not even the worst.
People
paparazzi
always
picture.
say
She looks gorgeous.
People always say to me, "Who's the most beautiful?" And I
younger.
always say her. Yeah, she's incredible.
We need to talk.
Put on.
We need to talk.
Let's talk about.
And then she goes like, "No, I don't drink and I don't do drugs. No, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. It's not the same.
I do everything, and I look like shit.
Give me some jeans, man."
Let's talk about Livin' La Vida Loca, because unfortunately, you're not going to be doing this one in Vegas.
No,
I'm just kidding. Of course he is.
And then tomatoes are thrown.
Yeah, exactly. So, was this song after Cup of Life?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
But this is your biggest hit. Yes?
This is a big hit, but Maria, the 1, 2,
yes.
1, 2, 3 Maria.
Oh, I love that.
That is a song that I am not forgiven if I don't perform it in my concert.
Right.
That's just who it is. Living is a song that I love performing.
Yes.
It's a song that okay, now we're going to Maria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Maria has many versions. It has the remix and I have the more acoustic version. Acoustic, did I say acoustic? No, not acoustic, more ethnic version. And this was the song that opened the door for my career in Europe and in Asia. And then after this, because of this song, FIFA, which is
the World Soccer,
Cup, they heard this song and then they asked me if I wanted to do a song for the Cup of Life.
Do you? I mean, it sounds like such an old man question. Keep it going, but how do you get? I mean, because your shows are so live energy, I have to think there's. I mean, I know. Look, you're a performer. You've been doing this since you were 12 or before. But how do you get? I mean, are there nights where you're like, I really want to stay in sweats. I don't want to do this.
Course.
I don't have the energy to pull off. How do you get it to get?
Of course.
What is the thing that pushes you to the next level? Is it the audience cheering? Is it just the music itself?
Is turn the lights off, that
and you're in.
You forget about everything. You forget about your issues in life, at home, at work, in school. It becomes like a drug. It's like a fix you need. Yeah.
Talk to me about, have you ever gotten sick of Livin' La Vida Loca? Or like, has there ever been a night where you're like, okay, I cannot sing this one? No.
Really. And I will tell you, I'm saying that. No, this song I really enjoy. It's a gorgeous track. You hear it today, and it does exactly the same thing it did to me when I heard it for the first time in 2000.
Who wrote this song?
Is Desmond Child and Draco Roy Rosa. And Draco used to be my colleague in Menudo. He was another member of the band.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So are you in touch with most of those guys that you
I am in
with?
touch with? No, I'm not.
No.
Let me think.
Right.
Really, I'm not in touch, and it's not because I don't want to. It's because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, some people are part of your life.
Yep.
For a moment, and then life changes. You know? So you open cycles, you close cycles, and because I've been getting this question a lot, and I feel bad. I shouldn't feel bad. That's
life.
just the way
it's
it is.
how life goes.
I mean, do you hang out with the people that you were with in high school?
No, some of them.
Some of them, not all.
No, but some of them, not all. No,
but I have friends. Yeah, my closest friends are my friends since I'm 12 years old.
Yes,
but I didn't go to school with them.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing when with Menudo. Menudo was like a school. We were all there. We were all getting together, and then it happened.
Yeah.
And then,
so She Bangs, was that on the Livin' La Vida Loca album, or that was on the one after?
That was a management mistake. Okay. I'm going to say it because or should I say record label? That song was released so quick after Living, Shake Your Bomb Bomb,
right.
And Nobody Wants to Be Lonely, She's All I've Ever Had, that people thought it was part of the same album. And
it was a similar...
And it was a second album.
Okay.
It was my second English album.
But it was a huge hit, so what does it matter, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No, just... Well, I think we could have waited a little bit more between albums to work a little bit more on that second album called Loaded.
Okay.
Which I like, not as much as my first one.
You don't love it?
Yeah.
Do you not love She Bangs? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
You're terrible, man.
No, I just want to understand. No, I just want to understand.
I'm glad you're asking. No, I like that song.
Okay. You don't love it?
I don't love it, but I still sing it.
No, I got it.
And I change arrangements.
Right.
So what you'll see in Vegas, I will perform it in Vegas.
And by the way, I'm sure when you perform it now, you're performing some kick-ass version because you kicked it into gear.
That's what we need.
Into a place that you love.
That's what I'm doing right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being a recording artist and not having moments where you listen to a single that you've put out where you think maybe I could have improved on that, or I wish that this could be better. I mean, isn't that part of being an artist?
Yeah, totally. And this tour, forget it. I am not going to sing that song. Maybe next year, and in another tour I will. That's what happens. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So La Bamba.
That's Richie Valens.
Yes.
I'm La Bomba.
You're
La Bomba.
La Bomba.
La Bomba.
Okay. Okay. La Bomba. Sorry.
No, sorry, Bamba.
Right.
La Bamba.
Okay, I know what La Bamba is, but listen, I'm El Gringo, so that's what I'm doing, all right?
La Bomba.
Yes,
La Bomba was part of the album, an album called Vuelve, which is the album that gave me my first Grammy.
Okay.
It's a Couple of Live is that same album.
Okay.
And that is another song that when the arrangement starts with horns.
Yeah.
And when those horns start, everybody go crazy.
Yeah.
It's a really special song. It's cool energy.
By the way, which begs the question, how big is your band? How big will your band be in Vegas? I mean, what kind of?
We're gonna be like 22 people on stage.
That is awesome.
It's big.
That's
it's big.
Great.
It's a big investment. It's a beautiful show.
Yeah.
And I want to say nothing you've ever seen before. I gotta be silly. I forget the cameras.
She's All I've Ever Had. Put that on because I love this song.
That's beautiful.
And this was a huge hit for you.
It was number 2 in Billboard around the country. Yeah, it was very beautiful.
And this came out at what point? I know I'm not doing this.
Same Living La Vida Loca album.
Okay, it was.
So it was, the first single was Living La Vida Loca. Second single was She's All I Ever Had, and then the third single was Shake Your Bum Bum. Yes.
Right? Yeah. This is a beautiful song. I absolutely love it. Yeah. Keep it playing. Your self-titled album, Ricky Martin, sold 22 million copies.
Yeah.
What was the first big splurge you made after that moment? Like, what was the first big purchase you made off of your Ricky Martin 22 million seller? Did you buy a cool car? Did you buy your mama a house?
By then I had already taken care of my parents.
Yeah, you were taking care of
my parents. Were comfortable.
Nice.
And for me, that was the most important thing. I bought my home.
Yeah.
I bought a few cars.
Yeah.
Not one.
Do you have a place in Miami still?
Not anymore.
You don't?
Not anymore. I closed my cycle in Miami and I came to New York to do Evita.
Which I saw you in, which you were incredible.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was a beautiful experience.
Loved it.
Yeah. But Miami, I wrapped it up. For now, I might come back. Yeah.
During this time during the time that you've been single, and out. Talk to me about dating as Ricky Martin. Like, when
you're single, out,
yeah,
single,
no,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. But like, how
Before
did
I
you?
was single in the closet. It was like no one's supposed to know. No, I had
How
fun.
did you meet people during that time?
It's so easy nowadays. You just pick up the phone and you write.
Right.
Yeah.
So you met people like...
I met my fiancée on Instagram.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Is that bad?
No, it's great.
Okay.
Listen,
it's there. It was not there before.
On my Instagram Direct, it's my favorite thing. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. No,
that's
you want to talk about this for a moment?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I did. And so I really... Are we talking about my future husband?
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's wonderful. I love to hear that.
I'm an art collector. And
he's an artist, right?
And he's an artist. And so obviously you know that on Instagram, if you click art, click comes to you, right? So I'm scrolling and I see this beautiful piece of art and I'm like, whoa, how cool, who's this? And I start checking and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, okay, let me just ooh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And then I wrote to him.
Yep.
And then we were talking for like 6 months without me hearing his voice and without, we talked about art, nothing sexy.
Right.
Nothing.
That's great.
He goes, for 6 months, nothing sexy? I swear. Nothing sexy. It was all about art and life in general. And then one day, he used to live in London. I went to London and I met him.
That's awesome.
Game over.
That is great. And you've been together for how long?
A year.
A year?
Bit more than a year now.
It's been more than a year now.
More than a year.
Yeah.
And
you were engaged. You are engaged.
We are engaged, yeah.
Any thought on when the wedding will
I have
be?
no idea. Yeah. I have no idea when, but you're invited.
Am I really invited?
You're invited.
I'm coming.
Yeah, you're invited. I know it's going to be big.
That's awesome.
I'm going to make a lot of noise.
Be a big wedding? Good for you.
3-day wedding. Let's have fun.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's do it.
Good for you. That's very cool. And thank you for sharing that story. That's really cool. Who proposed?
I proposed.
You did. Are you a romantic guy?
So romantic.
Yeah, I mean, you're Ricky Martin. You're the king of freaking romance.
I am romantic.
Yeah,
and it's really cool because he's Syrian Swedish. And he goes like, I grew up in the north. I'm pretty Nordic, and I'm like, get my injection. I'll warm you up a little bit.
I love it.
You'll start getting it in a second. Come join me in Puerto Rico. You'll see. Yeah. Over.
I love that there are always pictures of you on beaches around the world in your Speedo. Like, it just makes me. It just makes me happy.
It's the same beach. It's Puerto Rico.
It's the same. It's in Puerto Rico.
Beach and it's in Puerto Rico. I don't know what that specific beach does to me.
And now I get to see you and your fiance in your Speedos. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Beach. I'm like, Ricky's having a good time.
Same beach. No. We went to Ibiza. That was probably Ibiza. So.
Okay.
Why am I sweating about that? I said about these things.
That's amazing. I love it.
The Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin and Andy Cohen is back right after this. This is the Sirius XM Town Hall with Ricky Martin and Andy Cohen. Now back to New York City.
You were so great in Evita, and you were wonderful, obviously, in Les Mis.
Yeah, I love Les Mis.
Will you come back to Broadway? Are there other roles that you want to play?
I'd love to go back to Broadway.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but every night is completely different.
Yeah.
And that is something that really... And every night you have to fight for that standing ovation, and you have to sweat. And, and it's every night is so challenging. You're never completely comfortable on a Broadway stage. And I really like that. I don't know when, but I definitely must come back. I don't know. I would like to do like a one man show, maybe. I don't know, to just push it a little bit more.
Yeah,
talking about challenges.
Yeah,
but that's something that I've had in my mind for a while, but I'm not doing anything about it. So let's see what happens. But I would definitely
see what happens. You got to get through Vegas first. And by the way, you can get tickets to see Ricky Martin in his Vegas residency at the Monte Carlo at the Park Theater. The tickets are available now at Ticketmaster. He's there from April through September.
Yeah, but some weeks off.
In and out, some weeks off. Ricky's got to sleep. He's got a fiance. He's got twins. So, Yeah, let Ricky be. But get the tickets.
No, stop
it. We have some questions in the audience. You have some really rabid fans
Super
here,
cool.
and I want to hear from them.
Hi, love. How are you?
What's your
How are you
name
doing?
and where are you from?
My name is Priscilla Heredia. I'm from Hell's Kitchen.
Okay,
and
good.
My question is, how has fatherhood changed you?
Good question.
Well, I would like it changes every father, I would say. Every decision that I make for everything in my life is based on my kids. Everything from working schedules to where am I going to live and how long I'm going to be there. Everything is about my kids. The way I drive is different when since I became a father, you know. And I love my kids, and I hope this is only the beginning. I want more. I want a bigger family.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, on another note, what size shoe do you wear? I'm just curious.
I'm 11.
You're 11. All right, respectable. Yes, sir. What's your question?
Thank you for hosting us, Andy. Ricky, thank you for being here.
Man, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Sal. I'm from Hawthorne, New Jersey.
Hey, Sal.
You've received many awards and honors. Which one has meant the most to you and why?
Oh, good one.
I received an award because of my philanthropic work. I have a foundation, and it's called the Ricky Martin Foundation, and we fight human trafficking. And for many, many years, I've been working with victims of human trafficking. I've been trying to create consciousness about human trafficking. We fight human trafficking focusing on child exploitation, sexual exploitation, child pornography, child prostitution. And I've been around the world talking to people that are fighting this horrendous scourge. And when I receive an award from kids that I've rescued from the streets, that doesn't compare to anything in the world, because you have these little kids that literally were, forced into prostitution, or that were about to be forced into prostitution. We rescued them, and then 6 months later, they're on stage giving me an award about the Ricky Martin Foundation. It's beautiful. It's like, wow. I get really emotional because I've heard so many, so many testimonies of kids and what they've been through. That it just angers me, and I wish we could do more. And for many years, I was like, enough. I am going to stop doing this because I am hurting too much, and nothing is happening. I rescue 10 kids, and then 20 jump into the praise of human trafficking. So this is never going to end. And then one of my mentors in Cambodia tells me, "You are so arrogant. How dare you? What makes you think that you're going to change the world? How about focusing on one life? If you focus on rescuing and saving one life, you've won. So stay there." So that's what I'm doing. And luckily now I just built we built a home in Puerto Rico, and a school in Puerto Rico, a holistic center for the youth, and we have 136 kids that live in affected areas by human trafficking. So we're protecting them, and hopefully it's 136 kids that will be able to talk about this issue and educate others about it, and see what happens.
Very good.
Little by little. On a lighter note, let's talk about underwear. Just kidding.
I was going to ask you a really vain question, but I want to do an audience question.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Lindsay from New York.
Hi.
Other artists that have had their residency have special guest performers. Will you be having any special guests?
Wow, yes, of course. I love sharing the stage, but I don't. I guess it's one of those things that they come and they see the show, and do you want to jump in?
Right.
But right now, nothing is planned. Nothing.
Maybe some surprises.
Maybe. Yes. I don't know. And if I don't, it's okay. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to pay my money for? To see Ricky. That's all I need.
Thank you.
That's all I need.
Well, I'll give you a ticket, bro.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. You have nice teeth, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Next question.
Hi, guys. I'm Gianna. I'm from
Gianna.
down in the financial district here in New York.
Excellent.
So, Ricky, what are your plans for after the Vegas residency?
Okay. What's next after
Vegas,
September?
After the Vegas residency, I'm going to go back on the road. I have a tour in Europe and Latin America again. And I would love to go back to Australia. So if they're listening to us in Australia, hey, mate. Australia was like my home for 3 years. And,
Why was that?
I was doing a television show over there.
Were you on The Voice
yes,
there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God,
where-
but
did you
Australia
live in
is so
Sydney?
beautiful. I lived in Sydney. Have you been there?
I have been there.
Ah, so nice.
Yes.
So
the
nice.
guys are
And
very nice there too.
gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah. Very friendly.
And I was single and I never dated in Australia.
Are you kidding?
An Australian.
Yeah. Interesting.
That weird. Not
is-
interesting, weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Michelle from Long Island, New York.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi. My question is, how do you balance your work, your career, the boys, and traveling? And how do you keep a positive mindset while doing that?
It gets overwhelming, and I just take a minute to be alone. I just take a minute to I need to. The important thing is to recognize when you're getting overwhelmed, and emotions are all over the place.
Do you meditate?
I used to meditate a lot. I wish I meditated more, but I'm getting back into it.
Do you do
as we
yoga?
speak? I do yoga, but my yoga is very introspective. It's not physical at all, and so it's heavy meditation. So the tools I have already, I can be in the middle of chaos and I can just go there, and that's I'm doing that again and again, because all of a sudden, especially this year, there's a lot happening. Luckily,
Sure is.
I knock on wood. I'm not complaining, but we producing the show, the kids, marriage, the new home.
Yes.
So I just need to take my time
Yeah.
to breathe and before I start my day. Yeah.
What else do you do workout wise? What's your deal? How many days a week?
Well, when you are on the road, you really don't need to do
right.
it much
Yeah, because you're
it's
dancing.
an hour 45 minutes
Right.
every day of full on cardiovascular.
Right.
So but what I usually do, I go militant months before I open the tour.
Got
so
it.
I kind of just started,
And
now.
then the tour.
And then the rehearsals. I spend 6
Right.
hours dancing, just rehearsing.
Right.
And then when you bring the music, yeah. So what I'm trying to say, from here until April, it'll be militant every day.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
What's your name?
April Gresham from Long Branch, New Jersey. My question was, if you were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you bring?
What things, not people.
What
things.
3 things would you bring? Yeah.
Not people.
Well, I would assume you would bring, your husband, fiance, and the kids, but
Okay, so all of us are in this island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, that's a different story, because it's 4 completely different needs. So I have to. You know what? Maybe if I'm in an island, it's because it's time for a lesson to understand that I need nothing in life to live.
Oh my God, Ricky's so deep.
No, I don't. I mean, I can go into okay, maybe I would bring a photo album.
Okay.
And then I would bring, you see, but you would bring a radio so you can listen to Sirius
Good.
XM, but
Yes.
then you need a plug so you can charge it. Where are you going to charge it? There's
Right.
no phone. There's no nothing.
Ricky's very literal.
All right, and then what would you bring?
I would bring. That's a good question. I would bring some form of device that I could hear music.
But then you have to charge it.
We're living in a fantasy world, so it just has
Okay,
endless
perfect.
batteries.
I'd bring a
I don't
generator
know.
with me.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of music, something. I would bring some kind. Maybe I would bring a big ass thing of either aspirin or pot, which kind of do the same
But that
thing.
is in the island already. You don't
No,
need
I know.
that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, and then the third thing would maybe be, maybe a blanket or something.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, what's your question? Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Oscar. I'm from Queens. My question is, which artist has influenced the most?
Has
Oh, I like
influenced
that.
me so
Yeah.
many. Obviously, can we start with Sting, for example?
great.
Some people ask me, what is your favorite singer of all time? I have 2 favorite singers. One of them is Steve Perry, and I've always said it.
Steve Perry from Journey?
Yes.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, I love his voice.
Yeah.
Crazy. Jose Feliciano
Yeah.
has an amazing voice. It's just, and everything he's done for our people, And, but then again, obviously, I mean, it's inevitable. Michael Jackson is
Yeah.
there everywhere. You know?
What's your favorite Journey song?
Faithfully's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Faithfully.
Do you ever sing that in concert? Have you ever covered that?
Never.
Would you ever?
Yes, why not? It's a beautiful. I
It's
can
a
relate.
great
I completely.
song, yeah.
I can completely relate to the song. So maybe why not?
I would dig seeing you sing that song in
Food for
Vegas.
thought.
Mix it up.
Jamie, what's
Yeah.
up?
You know
Food
what
for
I mean?
thought.
Hello, how are you? Oh, you don't have a question. Oh, that is so funny.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yes,
that you're-
of course.
Yeah,
What's
sure,
your
ask
name?
a question. Why not?
Hi, my name is Diana. I'm from Colombia, but I live in New York.
Hola,
Yeah.
Colombia. I love your country.
I love
so
a Colombian.
beautiful.
I love a Colombian.
I was just in Cartagena.
Wow.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. So my question was about yoga. What type of yoga do you do?
I do Kriya Yoga.
Okay.
Kriya Yoga I learned in a very small town in India, in southeast of India, a little small town called Puri. And it's, like I said, it's very passive. It's about introspection, and it's about looking for the sounds that your own body create, and the sound of silence. It comes from within, so it'll balance you. I can go hours talking about this.
I would die doing this kind of yoga.
No.
I would go crazy.
It's really
I can't
cool
deal
if
with
you-
the sounds of my body.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's too much. I like noise.
You like noise. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But it's good to have noise, and within that noise also find
Right.
sound. That's cool.
Yes. Find the peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you? So there was like this death thing last year where everyone thought you died for a minute.
For a car accident? Was it a car accident?
Was it a car accident? And you had the greatest response.
What did
Your
I say?
social media. You posted a picture
I'm
of
in
yourself on the
paradise.
beach.
I'm in paradise.
You said
I'm in
here,
heaven.
You said here I am in heaven.
I'm in
I mean, it
heaven.
was great. And there you were. It was that.
It's so crazy because people forget that you have a mother and you have a father,
Right?
And we're used to these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing this since I'm 12 years old, and I'm used to it, and I laugh about it. But my mom will never, and they will never get used to this kind of info.
Right.
And now that I have kids, even more.
Right.
But it's one of the things you got to learn how to deal with, and now we have social media to stop
you can
it
just
immediately. 'Cause
communicate
that's what I
immediately.
did.
Right.
I read it and I posted something.
Yeah.
Big lies. I'm here.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the cool thing about social media. You have that one-on-one direct contact with the audience, and if they have a question, you answer immediately.
Yeah. Do you do all your Instagramming yourself?
I do.
It's just
I do everything. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Who's your favorite person to follow on Instagram?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh my God! It depends on the day. Give me a second. Can I give me a second? You know what? You gotta follow this guy. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Who do I love?
Do you sit there
Jerry?
like fuck Jerry?
Fuck Jerry?
Yeah.
I said
That's
funny.
Jerry. Yeah, I know.
This is satellite. Fuck Jerry.
Yeah,
dude.
right. Yeah, you can say it. Yes,
He's funny.
absolutely. He's really funny.
He's funny, right?
Do you do like we all do and like sit in bed and scroll through Instagram
Of course.
and check it out and
and you
look
go
at
like
what
that
people
and you
are
like
doing?
something you do. I didn't like. Why did I like?
Right.
You when you don't like something
Yes.
scrolling up. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: do you also have a private Instagram account? No, this isn't scary, but a lot of people have private Instagram
Yes, of
accounts.
course.
Do you have a private one?
I don't. Should I?
You don't.
I don't.
No, it's fine.
No, I don't.
know.
I don't. I'm
No,
overwhelmed with one. Imagine with
Yeah,
two.
I know.
It's like,
No,
like
it's true.
crazy like that.
No, it's true.
Although I can have another one for the haters. So I
Yes.
can just.
No, but I know a couple of famous people who have other accounts who then
freaking loser,
troll
another account
people
completely.
who
Joe.
troll them. Yes,
Yeah.
it gets a little all encompassing.
Nasty.
And then what about Twitter? No on Twitter? Are you
Yes,
on?
I do Twitter.
You do.
See, Twitter and Instagram, no one touches. I have a web team that helps me on this, but Facebook, sometimes I jump in.
Right.
Instagram and Twitter, mine.
Right.
Just mine. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I am so excited about Ricky Martin in Vegas. This is going to be so fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. What is the name of the show? Is it
All
just
in, Ricky.
All in.
Ricky, all in.
Ricky is all in. I'm all in on Ricky.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Tell me.
No one knows it. This is the first time I say my title.
Oh, really?
On the show. So
Excellent.
everyone hashtag all in.
Wow, all in. We're all in. Thank you, Ricky Martin. Go to Ticketmaster right now for tickets. Vegas residency begins April 5th. This has been a Sirius XM Radio Andy Town Hall with I'm all in for Ricky Martin.
All right.
Thanks, Ricky. Really appreciate it.